Hello, good day everyone. This is Roberto Caliwa Jr., a student of Master of Arts in Physical Education. So today we'll be exploring a significant theory in psychology and education, the social learning theory. This theory, developed by Albert Bandura, helps us understand how people learn by observing others, whether in classrooms, homes, workplaces, or even through media. Social learning is all around us. So now, let's dive into its core ideas, key processes, real-life applications, and some limitations. Let's start answering what is social learning theory. Social learning theory was proposed by Albert Bandura in the 1960s as an alternative to behaviorism. Unlike traditional behaviorist theories that emphasize learning through rewards and punishments, Bandura believed that people can also learn simply by watching others. So this means we don't always need to experience something ourselves. We can learn through observation. The theory also focuses on the concepts of modeling, imitation, and vicarious reinforcement, which we'll talk more about later. There are actually several ways to define social learning theory. According to Bandura, it is the idea that people can learn new behaviors by watching others, especially those they see as a role models. Oxford Reference puts it this way: people can learn by observing others and internalizing the consequences of their actions. And from the APA dictionary, it emphasizes observation, imitation, and modeling, rather than direct reinforcement alone. So, social learning theory blends behavioral and cognitive principles and explains how behavior is learned and reinforced in social environments. Now, let's take a closer look at the key principles of the theory. Let's start with the first one. Number one is observation. This is the foundation, or it's all about learning by watching others. Number two is imitation. Once something is observed, it may be imitated if it's seen as beneficial. Number three is modeling. This refers to the demonstration of behavior by someone we observe. And number four is reinforcement. It is all about rewards and punishment that follow behavior can strengthen or weaken it. And for number five, we have cognitive processes. Unlike basic stimulus response theories, Bandura argued that internal thoughts and motivations matter. Bandura also outlined 4 steps for how learning through observation occurs. Number 1, attention. We must first notice the behavior. If we're distracted or uninterested, we won't learn. Number 2, we have retention. Then, we must remember what we saw. This involves memory and mental images. Number 3 is reproduction. Next, we need the ability, physical and mental, to replicate the behavior. And number 4, we have motivation. Finally, we need to want to perform the behavior. Motivation could come from rewards, praise, or a desire to fit in. A famous experiment that supports social learning theory is the Bobo doll experiment. In this study, Bandura showed children a video of an adult aggressively hitting a Bobo doll, a toy that bounces back when hit. Children who saw this aggressive behavior were more likely to imitate it compared to those who hadn't seen the video. This showed that aggressive behavior can be learned through observation, not just through personal experience. It also introduced the concept of vicarious reinforcement, learning from the consequences of others' actions. Social learning theory is not just a theory. It has a practical applications in many areas of life. Like we have education. Teachers model behaviors, attitudes, and social skills. We have media influence. What we watch on TV or social media affects our behavior. The third one is parenting. Children imitate what their parents say and do. And lastly, we have workplace. Employees often learn how to behave and perform by watching coworkers or leaders. These examples show how powerful observational learning can be. While social learning theory is powerful, it's not without criticisms. First, it may underestimate biological factors like genetics or neurological differences in behavior. Second, it doesn't fully explain spontaneous behaviors that aren't modeled. And lastly, it assumes that learning always leads to performance, but sometimes people learn a behavior and choose not to act on it. So it's important to see this theory as part of a larger picture. To summarize, social learning theory helps explain how people learn in social contexts by observing others. It's based on attention, retention, reproduction, and motivation. It's supported by research like the Bobodal experiment. The theory is widely applied in education, parenting, media, and more. But like all theories, it has limitations and work best when combined with others' perspective. Understanding this theory help us build better learning environments and be more aware of the influence of role models. Thank you for listening on my report. I hope you learned something. Once again, I am Roberto Caliwa Jr. Have a nice day and God bless everyone.